Today we're going to take a look at a short video clip featuring Brian Krassenstein, a man who operates a Twitter profile that you have likely seen replying to President Trump's tweets. This man and his twin brother Ed obsessively reply to each and every tweet Trump sends out as if it was specifically addressed to them. There is no better example of the type of people that make up the resistance than Brian and Ed Krassenstein. So let's go ahead and take a look at the clip, and then we will go over the content afterwards.
Hey, you're one of those Krassenstein brothers from Twitter, aren't you?
Yeah, that's me.
My wife and I follow you guys on Twitter, and we were just talking about how you guys, you're so on cue all the time.
And I told Dom too, because they've moved my desk 4 times already this year, and I used to be over by the window and I could see the squirrels, and they were married, but then they switched from the swing line to the Boston stapler, but I kept my swing line stapler.
But how do you actually manage to tweet so much? And I think you're also a writer. How do you manage to do all that while still earning a living? Is that your job?
I have several businesses, but you know, the resistance is a really good group of people that's spread throughout the country, probably throughout the world. I mean, it's just kind of, it's just what I enjoy spending my time doing. And of course we get paid, you know? Of course those higher ups pay us.
So you're paid for this? It's not just like something you do because you love a country?
Yeah, I mean, people pay us, they want us to help sow the division and to take over Trump's Twitter feed. When he makes a post, they want our tweets to be up there. They don't want other people to, like Trump supporters, to be seen in that case.
Of course he got paid. Of course, because a professional personality on Twitter, like the Krassenstein brothers, have to be getting paid for such high quality of work. So of course they're getting paid by the higher-ups, but who are the higher-ups? Who's paying the Krassenstein brothers? And God knows who else. Since we know that they're getting paid to reply to Trump's tweets, it begs the question, who else gets paid to reply to Trump's tweets?
And of course we get paid, you know? Of course those higher-ups pay us.
All of those times people laughed and said, you actually believe that George Soares and David Brock and Cher Blue and the Democratic Party itself would invest money into professional trolls? That's crazy. Well, here's the evidence right in front of your face, my friend. Feel free to share the original source of this video, which I will leave in the description of this video. Show everyone you can, because I think this video here speaks volumes.
They want us to help sow the division and to take over Trump's Twitter feed. When he makes a post, they want our tweets to be up there. They don't want other people to, like Trump supporters, to be seen in that case.
So let me get this straight. We don't know who they is. They could be anybody. But assuming that everything Ed and Brian have said on their Twitter feed is in good faith, it would stand to reason that they would be Putin and the Kremlin and Russian bots, right? Because that's what Ed and Brian and many of these news outlets claim that Russia was trying to do, to sow division, remember? So first of all, I'd like to know who they is, the people that are paying Brian Krassenstein and others. But more than that, I think it's important to focus on the fact that their aim is to sow division in order to influence an upcoming election. You really couldn't get a better example of projection, because it's always projection with these people. They're always just pushing their own imperfections, pushing their motivations, their true intentions onto others, and then pretending like they're not up to anything. Well, here you have it right here. Brian Krassenstein and others are attempting to sow division, as well as take over Trump's Twitter account, to give the facade that more people are against what he's saying than there really are, trying to influence that election. Huh. So you have an idea of what kind of exceptional individual Bryan Krassenstein is. Here are a few of his tweets, but most, if not all of them, are just as detached from reality. This is from a tweet of his promoting his Resistance Anti-Trump children's book, because we all know how eager children are to get into politics, and it's always their idea to start asking questions about the president, right? You gotta introduce those kids to liberal insanity at an early age, though, right, Brian? Can't have those kids developing their own ideas through their own experience, now can we? The tweet reads as follows: "Sneak peek at the last page of my upcoming book, How the People Trumped Ronald Plump. Available for pre-order now, ships November 6th. And yes, I am teaching our children that Trump's actions are not okay. Deal with it. Meet Robert Morrill. Dedicated to the future of America, our children, and the world's children. The end." Here's another tweet of his targeting Gab and going after their crowdfunding platform, trying to get them shut down. Now keep in mind that Brian doesn't use Gab. He's not actually outraged. He can't tell that this is a satirical account. This is all humor and entertainment. You can tell by looking at this tweet. But still, Brian is eager to use his influence on Twitter, or attempt to rather, to get this company, Start Engine LA, to remove Gab from their crowdfunding platform. Just what a guy. They have many, many things to choose from when it comes to looking at their Twitter and finding something that shows just how histrionic they really are. They also debated, well, for lack of a better term, Dana Loesch from the NRA, and ended up retracting most of their claims, deleting all of their tweets regarding the situation. She, of course, brought up an article about them being under investigation by the FBI and Homeland Security, and a lot of their property was seized to investigate them for fraud. Now, this article gets brought up quite a bit whenever one of these two gets mentioned. However, there hasn't been any follow-up on this article. All we know is that they were under investigation. So, do with that information what you would like. So, before we finish up this video, let's take another look at that clip. I feel like it's very important, and I really want to drive the point home.
They want us to help sow the division and to take over Trump's Twitter feed. When he makes a post, they want our tweets to be up there. They don't want other people to, like, Trump supporters to be seen in that case.
So think about that for just a few minutes. Think about the fact that people have been removed from social media. Look at Alex Jones. What did he do wrong? Asked Marco Rubio a question that he didn't want to hear at a time, or approached a public figure that was attempting to deplatform and essentially ruin the guy's life. What did Alex Jones really do wrong? But he gets removed from everything. Meanwhile, people like Bryan Krassenstein are paid by God knows who. Anybody can speculate. I'm pretty sure you can narrow it down quite substantially. But he is paid to specifically cause discord and division. But that's perfectly fine. Somebody that is out there specifically just to try to push people away from each other. That's something Twitter's fine with. And to be honest with you, I'm fine with it as well. But just don't come and try to procure content on behalf of everybody else because you don't like what this person's saying, and then you yourself decides it's perfectly fine to engage in behavior that is designed to divide people. It's always projection with these people, isn't it? People like Krassenstein, they accuse others of the things that they are actually doing. It's something we've been seeing a lot this past year. I'm gonna have to stop myself there. I am beginning to ramble, but if you want to share the original video so that people don't have to listen to my commentary, a link to it is in the description. But anyway, here it is, your moment of clarity.
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding-dong. I never sucked any ding-dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose.